Hello and welcome back to Garden Grind. Yes, my name is Darren's Probs and this is actually in fact part 6. And wow, I have been very busy off camera. Yeah. We got many cows, many cows indeed. We've also got a bit of a bridge that is totally not symmetrical. I need to probably add another load of planks over there, I've just spotted. But yeah, I basically started breeding these guys. Now, why am I breeding cows? Another thing, I got loads of wheat. Now, there's obviously a reason for that. That is to go ahead and breed the cows. But why have I got cows? Now, the problem with cows and any kind of passive mob is if when you kill these things, sometimes they will just literally blow up. And hopefully I can show you an example. This is quite common. I mean... Ah, God, that scared me. But there you go, you kind of get the gist there. It does, you know, it will take a few times, but they will actually end up blowing up. And it can actually sometimes like knock you flying off. So that's why I kind of fence these guys in. Obviously to stop them climbing out and stuff. So I'm just kind of back up a minute. There we go. Just to kind of show you something here. But I've got this bow look, which is a bow with flame. And I've been using this to actually kill these. And from what I've seen so far, none of them are actually blown up when I've killed them with a bow. Obviously, having flame on it is actually proving to be quite beneficial because I'm getting cooked beef, i.e. steak. And this kind of saves me a little bit of fuel. Now, this is all really good and all, but why? Why, Dan? What are you actually doing here? Now, obviously, I've got the wheat to breed these guys. I've got the cows. And you might be noticing something in my hotbar here. We got a large steak sandwich, and just check out the saturation and hunger values on this thing. Absolutely huge. Yeah, that's probably one of like the best foods I can possibly craft right now, if I'm not mistaken, from what I've been kind of experimenting and playing around with. If I go to this chest here, I've got this thing here called a knife, and this is actually so cheap to craft. Yeah, you could just literally craft this with a piece of flint and a stick. And obviously the wheat, you can actually grind it in a mortar here, like a mortar and pestle, and it will turn it into flour, and then you can basically make some baguettes, which is this dough here, by combining 3 of these mixed with a little bit of water. It's basically, what I'm saying is this is just like dirt cheap, stupidly OP piece of food right here. Now, the problem with this is, again, once we load this, because of the food mod, yeah, it's going to kind of become not so OP. But as of right now, it seems pretty decent. Whenever I ate this, I actually get grain and protein, which is actually rather huge. Because if I look over it, like you see nutrients, grain, stroke, protein. So I guess an idea for me to think about would be to try and find a food that actually contains all of these things at once. And then, in theory, I wouldn't really need to worry about food ever again. That's the plan. That's not only what I've been up to. Obviously, you can tell I've been probably doing a lot of crops because we were playing around with crops quite a lot on the previous part at the very end. And yeah, there's been a bit of an issue with this though. We got a lot of different seeds, and one of the main ones I was trying to get was cocoa, if you remember correctly. But instead, I've gone for a new main one, and it is, in fact, hemp. Now, if I look at the uses of hemp, just check out how many things could crossbreed with hemp. Via the actual hemp, I can probably get most of the things I potentially need. So yeah, I've basically kind of put this on a bit of a hold for now for a reason. And the reason is, yeah, we don't have enough crop sticks currently right now. And the reason we don't is because we don't actually have a file to make these sticks. If you remember correctly, if you look at the recipe, you need a file and a saw and a log to go ahead and make these. Yeah, we don't actually have a file, as I'm saying. Now, I've got this like purple looking saw here. Now, the reason I've got a purple looking saw is because one of those merchants, you know, the guys that use the gold coins, yeah, he's actually selling thorium ingots. And little did I know, you can actually make thorium plates, and then you can actually make thorium tools, which are technically level 3, as you can see. So yeah, basically they just contain way more durability than iron. But the problem with that is Dan has gone ahead and done that a few times, and yeah, he's unfortunately used up all his coins. Just check how many guys are in here now. They're still going. There's a little baby over there. Oh God, this is getting completely out of hand now. Anyway, on the end of the last part as well, we were also hoping and praying that we would get a special trade for clay. Now, these red dudes here, these can actually have the trade of clay. Now, as you can see, this guy right here is selling a piece of garlic, which I've already got, by the way, for 5 emeralds, which isn't very good. I think it was that guy, yeah. But one of these guys, there he is. He's got it. That is the almighty trade we need. So it's only 3 emeralds, but the way we're going to have to do this is get a lot of emeralds to obviously buy his next trades, to restock his trades, if you know what I mean. So yeah, you, sir, are a keeper big time. You are selling the actual clay trade. But that, just because he's got the clay trade doesn't mean that these guys won't. Like, maybe I would unlock it if I bought the garlic, for example. So yeah, we still need to start thinking about emeralds and these dudes in here. As of yet, farmer trades have been pretty terrible, I'm not going to lie. But we do have coconuts now. We do have paper bark, which is that tree you can see over there, which has a special feature, which I'll show you in a second. And we also got durian, which I believe is that fruit that absolutely stinks, but you can actually eat that. But then he wants peas for emeralds, which I don't honestly think there's a way of me getting peas as of the garden and grind challenge kind of thing. And then this is the guy we had at the start with the pistachio and the tea leaves, and I don't think we got another farmer. Here's an example of what I was talking about earlier. The thorium ingot you can buy for 12 coins here. Yeah, I went ahead and just bought them all because I'm an idiot without really thinking about it properly, and yeah, we're kind of broke right now. Just check this out. How OP is this? Just bone meal this thing and you get paper from it. I mean, yes, please. Thank you very much. Now, I've also discovered, because I was kind of interested to see what things we can actually do with paper. And we can actually make a block, which is quite interesting because this block actually says it right there. Mobs cannot spawn on this block. Yeah, so this is actually pretty powerful. And the recipe for this is actually dirt cheap because we make these paper walls, which is just paper with a stick. But yeah, not the most strongest block in the world. You can break it literally with your hands. But hey, that's a pretty good block because, yeah, mobs can't spawn on that. So I wouldn't actually need to, you know, torch up or anything. And the very last thing I want to talk to you about villagers is this. I actually managed to find some Certus quartz in one of the blacksmith villages. And I bought this because I thought it was quite cheap. It was only like 1 or 2 emeralds for 10. Pretty good deal in my opinion. This is something that's going to be very useful to me probably later on in the future. Because as of right now, yes, we can use this to actually go ahead and make some tier 1 tools. But yeah, we're a bit beyond that. We can do like Tinker's tools anyway, and we've got a diamond hammer and stuff like that. So like I say, this is something that's probably going to be more useful in the future to make sensors and emitters. I'm not entirely sure what these things do as of right now, but I imagine we're going to need this stuff. And Certus quartz, yeah, can we actually be used for tinkers? But again, it's pretty darn useless as in a tool. But there's many uses for this thing, and I just thought I should definitely buy it because it's probably valuable somewhere down the line. So I just booted up my little GOG test world here, and yeah, I wanted to go ahead and talk to you about mob farms. So whilst I've been kind of, you know, messing around with crops and things, I've been kind of thinking about in my head how to attack a mob farm on this pack, because there is a bit of a problem, and the problem is the mobs are babies. That's not the huge problem. The problem is when they're those special inferno kind of mobs that have those swirly particles. Sometimes they can have effects such as, you know, like lightning and things like that. And not only that, they can shoot fireballs. And what are we mainly using in our world? Yeah, wood. So yeah, these two things don't really mix together very well. So I had to kind of come up with a couple of mob farms to kind of get my head around this and see what worked. This is design number 1. What I'm actually doing is spawning them on these little platforms. And the idea was to try and do it like this to try and prevent spiders. Ignore that. It just does not work on this pack. Whoops. Spiders just spawn regardless. I put items on each of these blocks because they actually think they're full blocks and they will actually walk off, which is quite nice. So I'm using that as if it was like a trapdoor or a button, right? Yeah, and then a mob would spawn in and then they would just simply walk off into this little water stream. Once it falls in, the idea would be to start absolutely pummeling them with arrows. Bit of a strange one, rather than me actually going in and killing them. Now, the reason I'm doing it like this was because, yeah, I don't want the mob to see me. And I'm pretty sure if an arrow shoots it, I guess it would still kind of somewhat count as a player kill. But unfortunately, via testing, that is not the case. Yeah, so this does actually work, and I do have like 13 or 14 pieces of redstone, so I would actually be able to do this. And I do have dispensers anyway at my disposal, and I got millions of arrows from all the skeletons I've killed. So I thought this was quite a viable, you know, good little test number one. Not too bad, works pretty well. But we don't actually get the drops I kind of need. Now, the reason I really want the mobs, as I've already said, is because they drop those special loot bags that give me those gold coins. But not only that, I can actually get gold and iron ingots. And now this is design number 2. As you just saw, a little creeper dude just fell down there. Yeah, this is something very strange that I've designed here. And I don't really know how I designed this. It's very weird. So the idea is that I will actually be building this somewhat like a little bit higher than where I'm currently standing, so I can actually get underneath it, because my main access point of this farm would be to go directly under it, as if, well, that's not right, there's somewhere here, there we go, so there's some planks here, so I'd end up getting into this kind of chamber here, and then I can actually go in here and smack all of the mobs to death. That is the plan. So then they would all count as player kills. Now, I've chosen to use heads, I've chosen to use gates, because this seems to me like the most effective way of mobs not actually seeing me with what I've got, if you know what I mean. Now, why am I doing it like this? Why are they falling onto water and not taking damage or anything like that? Because explosions, guys. Yeah, water's pretty blast resistant, right? And it doesn't seem to make explosions work as well. And yeah, if anything does accidentally explode, it won't do anything because they're actually in water, if you know what I mean. So how does this mob farm actually work is what you're probably going to ask yourself now. And yeah, before we do show you that, let's have a little swig of a night vision potion here. So I'll hit F1 for this so you can see this. So the idea is that the mobs will spawn in this little... I don't even know what this is. A cross thing I made? It gets pretty mental up here because what is going on up here is that the mobs are actually spawning up here as well. And like I said earlier, they can just walk off the edge as you're seeing right now because they think these are full blocks. And all of these bones and, you know, rotten flesh and stuff you can see, they're all giants that are spawning. They will just suffocate and die. But yeah, any mobs that spawn in this layer will basically get flushed out by me removing and placing back a redstone torch. That's how it works. But even if it's off, as you can see, they are just kind of walking off anyway, which is pretty good. Little did I know, I did mention about this a couple of parts ago maybe, about the hardness at the very top, but I've also enabled the blast resistance. Now somebody did mention this in the comment section, so thank you very much for that. But again, if I go back to the Wala like settings here and go to the modules and go to this Wala general one, there is actually a blast resistance one. Little did I know, I thought hardness was blast resistance, but hardness is actually the block breaking speed. But yeah, enable this one here, and then you'll be able to see what things are more blast resistance from explosions. But little did I know, check out these items on the floor. Yeah, they're worth 12, which is bonkers. Hence why I've blasted everything in these actual heads. So I just give myself a diamond sword to show you this in action, and I want to give it sharpness, but it's not actually working because we need to actually give this thing a number. God, how old school is this? I think it's 17, right? Yeah, there we go. How did I remember that? Oh no, I've given myself smite. Okay, that's actually not that bad. It's not sharpness, but hey. Right, so anyway, let's go down here and give these guys a little whack, and you're going to see that even though the sound's all weird and stuff, I'm probably going to die because of poison and stuff. But you imagine, like, I'm playing this, I've got my armor on and stuff, and I've got healing potions and stuff. This is totally going to be doable, yeah. Should we go ahead and try and build this mob farm on this actual world? Oh, God, I'm a little bit nervous today because this could be absolutely catastrophic. And if I don't do this right, it will be an absolute mess, like a proper mess. And it'll be very hard to clear up, I think. Okay, I'm pretty sure I just saw a cow. Yep, fall through. Yep, he's just fallen through. That's not a great sign already, is it? Maybe we should go on this bridge and kind of go across here. So like maybe here. So we call this mob farm. Like there. So then if we go on this bridge, it will be actually over there. Okay, well, that should be fine. So it's always going to be where the sun sets. Okay. And at the very start, I was mentioning about these paper wall blocks. I think these might be a good little block to kind of make a little bit of a bridge across to it, right? The only thing is, I don't know if these are actually flammable. So what we're going to do is just quickly test that. Now, in my head, I would say they are, but we never know, right? Is that going to actually burn? Is it going to go bye-byes? Or is it going to just stay there magically and not burn? The reason I'm asking this and testing this is because, yeah, if I build a bridge out of this, oh my god, it doesn't even burn. That makes no sense. Okay, so I can use this to build a bridge. That's great, because what I'm saying and thinking is mobs cannot spawn on this block. Hence, no slimes would spawn on anything, and I can make a lovely one wide bridge for the start. And then when I'm a bit more richer, I can probably make 2. So, paper-wise, we've actually got quite a bit here, which is quite nice. And every craft of this will actually be 8 blocks, essentially. So I've arrived at the beacon beam, as you can see, and I've gone up actually 5 blocks here. And now I've actually built out a few more blocks as well. And I have just crafted up 13 redstone torches. Now, the recipe for that is literally a torch and the redstone, and obviously I only had 13 pieces of redstone. I've just used, like I say, a few more blocks here just to kind of extend this platform a little bit. In my eyes, the actual redstone tower is the central point of this kind of mob farm. So yeah, whenever I build this, well, wherever I build this, I should say, is where the central point would be. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is probably just literally start it right there. And then it needs to be a redstone torch, and then I need to jump, well, not like that, but go up and keep doing this until I essentially use up all of these, and then put a dispenser and then literally build all the way around that. And that's kind of how this mob farm's going to be built in my eyes. But yeah, we need to kind of make a tower next to this, I presume. Now thinking about this, actually, we do need to put water out that way. So we are going to have to actually use these paper wall blocks on an angle when I'm thinking about it, because we will have water running all the way across here, 7 blocks, right? So that's the central point. 1, 2, it's all one all the way around there. Then it's the wall, so it'll be there. There we go. Perfect. Right, let's put the magical water bucket in there. So unfortunately, we are going to lose a bucket, but I could probably get that back via a drowning creeper spawning in, right? So I have just realized something, unfortunately, I've forgotten to craft, and that is actually the fence gates, right? These will actually stop the water from flowing, and also I need it to, you know, use as a special block so they can't actually see me. But yeah, I know what a couple of you guys are probably thinking, like, why on earth are you building this farm, Dan? Like, I don't understand. Why are you building this and not a classic grinder farm, right? Now, the problem with the grinder farm is it's very dangerous, as you've already saw and witnessed in, like, maybe part 4, was it? I'm not really too sure. And yeah, I went ahead and tried to build it, and then if a slime spawns in it, that's an inferno one, it would just blow on fire. And yeah, it's just not worth it, okay? Especially for the cost and all the pain. Right, so in theory, that kind of part is done. So whenever the water actually spits out of this thing, it will actually run in these directions and therefore push off the mobs. Just look at it, it looks beautiful, right? It's hardly even finished at all yet, Dan, you're so slow. But yeah, I kind of went down a water stream just to get some more water, but I've also come back to obviously go ahead and make these gates that I'm missing. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's planks, and then these, for some unknown reason, are there, flint. Yeah, there we go. So I think we need 8 of these, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 4 and 4, yeah, definitely 8. I think the rest of these jungle wood, though, I'm actually going to use this saw and cut it up, because I'm getting a bit scared. Okay, now that hardly use up any durability, that's good. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit scared that we're not going to be we're going to basically use up all of our wood here without even using it all, if that makes any sense. Right, I'm going to get myself some more cobblestone as well. And yeah, let's continue on. We need to eat a bit of a sandwich here. So currently I'm just kind of placing a few of these little heads down. This is just to kind of stop any explosions happening, but not only that, it's also to stop any mobs spawning up here. There we go. So my chamber is kind of somewhat completed. So if I kind of jump down here, we should be able to get back in here like this for now. There we go. And I can break this piece of cobblestone. But yeah, you're going to get a gist here. The gate would actually be sat right here, so I can start slapping these in as well. And these have a funny opening animation. Now, something I noticed about gates, if I put a gate like this and then a gate like that, and then I open them, check that out. That is actually pretty cool, right? they kind of double up, but I'm not sure if that happens with doors. Probably it does. But yeah, that's all pretty good, right? That's the killing chamber somewhat done. Now, the roof is a little bit more smaller on this one, so I can't actually jump or anything. I think it's probably better to be like this, because I'm just trying to think about safety. That's all that's going in through my head. It's almost like I'm a health and safety officer or something. I don't know what you call it. Right, anyway. Let's make these parts where the water should actually be going down. Oops, I've lost that. Oof, I didn't lose the gate though. That's good. So I was just building the third chamber, as you can see, and look what's happened. Someone's come to test it for me. That's brilliant. Yeah, this is actually going to be really good. I've just realised, because I've actually got Tinker's weapons as well. Oh my god, I can't believe it's actually working without even being set up properly. Oh, this is making me smile so much. Oh, that creeper didn't fall very nicely. He fell up the top there, as I just witnessed. That's because I don't actually have a wall there yet to somewhat guide them. Okay. So I definitely underestimated how much resources I definitely needed for this build. Yeah, we're currently just chopping down a large jungle tree. Yes, I could definitely use a crop sticks, but I don't actually have any left thanks to me trying to crossbreed and stuff like that. And this is hence why we're kind of making this farm, right? To kind of get more resources to eventually do that. But yeah, this is fine. It's not too bad. Ah, perfect. I was going to say it will actually help us to get our tool leveled up, thus making it a little bit better, and we can have more modifiers to it and stuff. So I'm going to get rid of this waypoint now, because I don't feel like I need it there anymore. I think I know where my mob farm is now, right? But yeah, we are kind of constructing this final little platform here, and then I'll go up the top there and finish that part off. But yeah, this little water elevator thing I've put down is going to cause me a bit of an issue here. So that's going to be the last platform I will be constructing, I think. Welcome to 1.7 Minecraft water mechanics. Oh. Oh. There's a zombie up here or something. Oh, Christ. He's a fisherman one. Oh, no. Not one of them creepers. Yeah, we need to get out of here and go bed. If that exploded up there, I probably would have cried. Just because that, I don't think I would ever be able to clean that up very well. You saw how long it took me to do that in the last part. I just do not want that to happen. Oh my god. I had to get out of there. Right, okay, so we want to go ahead and try and make this into a little bit of a hole now. So now what we need to do is kind of descend a little bit and build out like this, which is very peculiar on this version of Minecraft. Oh my god, I'm going to drown. Oh god, this is so slow. Why is it so slow? There we go. Right, now if I put a wall here, you'll see it might be dark enough. No, not quite. We need to go down maybe like 1 or 2 more levels. So even though it's actually daytime, it's actually nighttime in here, which is quite nice. Because I've actually built these, I think, 4 down from what it should be. It thinks it's nighttime, which is perfect. So then essentially this farm would actually work in the day. And that is exactly what we kind of are after. So what I'm going to do is start doing the same sort of thing, but I think what I'm going to do is actually use dirt again as a bit of a scaffolding kind of temporary block, and do it again and again and again, 3 times basically. So once again, I've just kind of jumped down to the bottom here and just grew a jungle tree, but this time it's been quite a small one, which is fine. I don't actually need a lot of wood, but the other thing I did need to do was go ahead and repair my mattock, because I've been using it to previously cut a tree. And the other thing was to sleep the night away, because yeah, I still haven't actually put any torches on the top of this mob farm yet, and I think there is, or there was, some mobs spawning up there, so I decided to quickly run down, go to sleep before any hell break loose. You know, I don't want the mob farm to burn on fire, because I'll be very sad. I'm probably going to gather up some more water here as well as I'm here. Right, what do we got then? We got quite a bit. That should keep me going, right? Got a whole stack and a bit. So I have noticed there is a little bit of cleaning up to do as well. I've accidentally placed too many blocks there, but other than that, we are almost there. Can't believe it. Oh. Oh, yes. I guess what we could do now then is test if it flushes. Oh, no, that's not the way we go. We go this way, right? Oh, we need to put a slab there, just in case. So test number 1. Oh, there's some mobs. We got creepers. We got a gravity creeper dude here. I'm probably going to leave it on for now. Because... oh my god, this is so good. Yes. Oh, look at that. We got a nice little chest plate now. I'll definitely be wearing that. Okay, yeah. I'm going to leave it on for a minute, though, just to prevent any mobs from actually spawning for a minute. But, oh my god, we've actually got a mob farm. So, I've just kind of gone up here, as you can see. And, yeah, there's a slight, tiny little issue here. Yeah, we basically need to pull this back by 1. Dan, you donkey. Oh, god. So I'm just currently using my water bucket to kind of traverse this little dirt somewhat path thing I made earlier to get up here. But the idea is to kind of come up here now, turn off all the lights, and then put more lights at the top. Oh, I was worried there might be something spawning on that. Right, we don't need that one there anymore. Right, let's do the dirty and horrible task of this. Oh, this is going to be hard. Okay, maybe not. Just do that, actually. Boom, boom, boom. I do want to grab these torches back again, though. So I'm at the very top of the farm, as you can see, and I'm just kind of somewhat putting some torches on these little corner bits to prevent any mobs from spawning on top of those, because we don't really want that to happen. Yes, I'm going to lose a little bit of dirt here, but I don't really care. So in theory, this should be it now. We should have a fully working, 100% constructed mob farm. Oh god. That could potentially destroy my world. Oh god, I'm a little bit nervous. Okay. So unfortunately, I've eaten too many of my large steak sandwiches. Yeah, it's not really going to give me enough of a buff anymore. But something else I actually got was a pistachio tree. And yeah... pistachio butter, like, this stuff is pretty easy to craft. We just take some pistachios, take a mallet, and there we go. We got pistachio butter somehow. And this stuff's actually pretty decent as well. It kind of isn't as great as the, obviously, the steak sandwich. But hey, it's a little bit of an upgrade. Should we do a flush? Oh, I had an Enderman. Right, the flush has been completed. We've got many, many mobs. Oh, there's a lot of mobs here, I think. Oh my god, this is working so well. Did I genuinely just read 100 and something entities? Oh, it's because of the cows in the background. Oh, that's the mother spider. Okay, apparently I'm on fire. I don't know what's going on here. It's fine, no, we can't hear anything. Crazy mob farm built, maybe. Baby zombie, okay. So my tool is actually broken and there seems to be an ender creeper here. Oh god. It wasn't actually an enderman, it's actually an ender creeper. Oh dear, that is a bit scary. Oh, there's actually many of them. Just walking around, doing their thing. Oh god, this is the scariest mob farm ever. Okay. Let's just go to sleep. Oh my god. I think what I'm going to be doing though is probably upgrading this thing quite a lot, this actual mattock, to try and give it a bit more damage. I genuinely can't remember what gives it damage. I think it's quartz if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, we're going to need to take a tool station over there to constantly repair this thing, aren't we? And we're going to also need bone meal, which we've got. Yeah, these guys don't really seem to be able to do anything to me, which is pretty cool. I just need to literally stand here and chop away. Now, the plan is to break this and try this. Please tell me I can put this torch on top of that. Oh, yes, I can. How freaking cool is this? So I can just chuck this in here, repair it, chop, chop, chop. Yeah. Okay, brilliant. See? Explosion. Nothing happened. One witch, dead. Nothing happened. Oh my god, what has actually just happened? Oh no! Why is that all just blown up? Who's fighting what there? Oh no. This is what I feared. I just came back to go and get some milk, basically. It might have been me, though, because I did aggro a witch. And I'm pretty sure a witch threw a potion, thus meaning it probably exploded something and blew up all that. Okay. Oh, you can milk cows. That's fine, then. I just came to get some milk, man. Oh, dear. Right. We're probably going to need some blocks for this. Oh, this is what I really feared. So I'm going to try and clear out as much as I can see from here with my bow. But looking at the actual farm, it doesn't actually look like anything's broken. But we don't actually know that yet. So let's have a look. Oh my god. Nothing is actually broken. So what? What actually happened then? Nothing. Hey, my protection has worked very well. Oh, that is amazing. I just got a lovely new helmet. So the funny thing is, the farm is not actually in flush mode right now, and yet the mobs are just walking off the edge. Now, something I did forget to do was actually put some items there to make them, encourage them to walk off the edge, but they seem to be just doing it anyway. So I don't think it really matters as far as my killing rates go. But yeah, no, I don't really know what happened there. That explosion just kind of sent mobs flying, and it didn't actually do anything to my farm. And do you know why it didn't do anything to my farm? Probably because of all of those items that are blast resistant, right? They have really saved my bacon there. Check that out. Look, there's a zombie villager there, look. Now, I was just been thinking, like, why is that zombie villager there? Yeah, I totally didn't put any heads there, did I? Because I had my water elevator there. So I'm just currently running around the top of this, which is probably not the most safest thing in the world to do. No, walk away. Oh, God. I have a water bucket on me. Can I save myself? I think I might be able to. So I kind of need to get rid of this cobweb, and this is not very safe right now. Oh, God. Oh, God. In theory, I should be okay. Oh, God. There we go. All done. Oh, no, there's a bit missing there. So overall, I'm pretty happy with today. I've gone ahead and made this beautiful little mob farm that's so safe and perfect. Yeah, it needs a little bit of work. I think what I'm going to do is probably get rid of these stairs and swap them out to solid blocks just to prevent any babies coming through again. And then I can just smack them through the actual gate, as you can probably see. The other thing I need to start thinking about is obviously the vines here as well. Oh God, there we go. I think another baby has just kind of set this thing off. So yeah, there's some issues here and there, but overall it's pretty somewhat safe. Oh look, I've actually got the fence gate back. Wow, that pretty much wraps it up. So take care, and I shall see you hopefully in the next one. Bye!